Hi everyone, welcome to Byte and Beyond with Uday. In this video, we are going to learn about open close principle. We will focus on the practical part instead of the theory. So let's jump in. So what is open close principle? So it says software entities or modules should be open for extension but closed for modification. Meaning add new functionality without changing existing code. So let's understand what does it mean. So here is the example. So you can see this is the problem. We have notification service, and over here I am sending different type of notification. If type is email, I am sending email. If type is SMS, I am sending SMS. All right. So let me jump to the code. You can see here is the bad example. All right. So if if notification type is email, I am sending email notification, and it is SMS, I am sending SMS notification. But you might think, what is wrong over here? Well, nothing is wrong, but the design is bad. Why? Because now let's say in future I need to add WhatsApp notification. All right. So how can I do that? So in that case, I need to, you know, modify this notification service. I need to update the existing logic. So that is the problem. All right. So if I need to send the what I can say WhatsApp notification, then I need to I need to made appropriate changes. You can see I have added another else if block. Now let's say in future if I need to add Instagram notification. All right. So in that case I need to add another else if block. All right. So over here, we are breaking the open close principle because we are, in order to add new functionality, we are making changes in the existing class, which is wrong. If we need to add new functionality, we should design our software in a way that we don't need to modify the existing classes. But over here, we are keep changing or keep modifying our existing implementation, which is wrong. So why wrong? Let me go to the slide. Why wrong? So as we have understand, if there are, this is the frustrated developer, you can see the frustration because each time another notification comes in, this developer needs to update the existing business logic. And if we do so, we will ending up in this situation. More changes is equal to more bugs, and more bugs is equal to harder maintenance. So if we are keep changing the existing software modules, in that case we might create new bugs, and if we are creating new bugs, in that case our maintenance or the support to that particular software becomes harder and harder. So whoever the support developers, you know, we are making their life harder because they need to do the lot of debugging, because whenever we introduce something new, we are making changes in the existing code, and when we do so, we introduce new bugs. So it is hard to maintain. All right. So that is why we should follow the open close principle. So now we understood what is the problem. All right. But now what is the solution? All right. We know the problem, but how can we solve it? So for that, before we go to the solution, you can run this notification service or execute this notification service something like this. You know, I'm passing the type. I have created the object of notification service. I am sending the type email, SMS, push. All right. And as per the type, we are sending the notification. All right. And in case we have introduced the WhatsApp notification, we can introduce that as well, WhatsApp. All right. So if I now till now we have only three. Now if I run again, we will able to send the WhatsApp notification as well. But over here we are breaking the open close principle, and we are introducing more bugs. So this is the problem. Then what is the solution? So let's talk about the solution. Now we know the problem. Let's talk about the solution. So here is the slide. This slide contains the solution. Let me explain what exactly we are going to do. So whatever you can see in this slide, we are going to implement that. All right. So what it says, open for extension and close for modification. All right. So what we are going to do in our case, I'm going to create one interface, which is, let's say, notifier. All right. And for this notifier interface, I'm going to create concrete classes or concrete notification classes. All right. So in my case, let's say I need to send email notification. So I am going to create email notifier class that is going to implement this notifier interface. And if you can see, it has one method which is send. That is that this method task is to send the notification. So all of these classes going to implement this notifier interface, and they are going to implement this method or override this method, send method, and they are going to write their own business logic in order to send the notification. So in our case, email notification implements notifier, it implements the send method, it writes its own logic to send the notification. Same goes for the SMS notifier and WhatsApp notifier as well. So these all three classes override this method and write its own logic. All right. So this is sorted. Now, what changes we are going to make in the notification service? So instead of else if block, what we are going to do, we are going to introduce one method, only one method inside the notification service, which accept the notifier interface as a argument or as a parent. And we are going to use this notifier interface send method. We are going to call this send method. Don't worry about if you are not getting, you know, this solution. We will implement this solution, and then you will get to know more about this. All right. So let's jump into the solution. So let me, close this, close all tabs. Let me open the project explorer. Now let's say I need to create, one package. Let's say good design. All right, good design. Now, as I mentioned, as per the slide, I am going to create one interface. What that interface name is notifier. All right, this is notifier. So notifier. All right, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to declare one abstract method which is say void sign. Void sign. I'm not going to pass any argument. All right. Of course, we can sign the message, but let's keep it simple. White sign. All right. Interface is created. Now, what we will do, so you can see there are multiple if else blocks. All right. So, as per our slide, what I am going to do, I am going to create different classes email, SMS, and WhatsApp notifier. So, let me create few classes. First class is, let's say, email notifier. All right. and it is going to implement the notifier, and it is going to, it is going to override this send method. Of course, if you want to, make it more practical, we can introduce this message. All right, that also can be done. So let's do that. All right, and yeah, simple. So let me close this bad design class. Okay, so you can see email notifier implemented. Now let me create another type of notification. Let's say SMS. Same thing. Let's say SMS notifier. All right. This also implements the notifier interface, and it writes its own. It implements the send method, and this SMS class write its own logic to send the SMS notification. All right. Now till here we are good. Now let me create notification service. All right, because this is the concrete implementations. Now let me create the notification service that basically help us to send different type of notifications. All right, so let me create notification service. And what I'm going to do, as per the slide, you can see notification service. It has the send method which accept the notifier as a parent. So let's do that. This is give AI is giving me few suggestions, but we are not going to implement those suggestions. We are going to use our own. All right. So notifier, we don't need. Yeah, we need message. Perfect. That I'm going to pass over here. All right. So our notification service is complete. So what I'm doing over here. So we have notification service. Over there, I have added send method, which accept two params. One is the notifier, another one is the message. I'm passing this message to the notifier, and basically I'm calling the notifier send method and passing this message. So how can I use this? You might have that question. How can I use this? All right. So let me go to this open close tester. This is the bad design execution. All right. So let me add a comment. Bad design. All right. Now let's have a good design. All right. So let me remove this. So yeah, or we can keep it. That is also fine. You can keep it. Okay. Let's keep this. That is much better. So let's say notification service from the good design. Make sure we are implementing from the good design. All right. Notification service. These are two over here, two services with the same name. So that is why we are using this inline, what I can say, import. Otherwise, there will be some confusion. So what I am going to do, to sake of the simplicity, let me remove this block. So we don't need to do the inline import. All right. Let me remove this import. And let me write this line once again. Notification service from the good design. All right. Now, what I'm going to do before I write, I'm going to create object of different notifier. Now we have another one which is SMS notifier. All right. this SMS notifier. Now we have this service, notification service. And what I am going to do, you can see what I'm doing over here. I'm calling this notification service. I'm passing the email notifier. Now let's say I need to send the for now let me remove this. Now for now let's say I need to send the email notification. So what will I do? I will pass the email notifier object and I will pass my message. Now let me run this and let's see what happens. Will it work? Yeah, it is working. Sending email notification hello via email. All right. Same goes for the SMS. Let's do that. So you can see notification service, same service, no else if block. You can see our notification service. I am not changing anything over here. All right. I am passing the our notifier, whether it is email, SMS, and I am passing the message. That is it. Pretty simple, right? And let's say I want to send the SMS notification as well. So I'm passing the object of SMS notifier and my message. Let me run this time. What happens? You can see now I am sending the SMS notification as well. Pretty simple. We are not making any changes in our notification service. Cool, right? Yes. So now let's say I need to send the WhatsApp notification as well. So how can I do that? Do I need to change this notification service? No. So what will I do if I let's say I need to send the notification? You can guess. Yes, we need to create one class which is let's say WhatsApp notifier. All right. And there is a typo. Let me fix it. Notifier. And I'm going to implement Notifier Interface. All right. And I'm going to write my own logic to send the notification. You can see pretty simple. I have just created one class, WhatsApp notifier. I am implementing the notifier interface. All right, as per the slide, you can see WhatsApp notifier implementing this notifier interface. All right, and I am implementing this send method of the interface. You can see, and in order to use this WhatsApp notification, I will go over here. I will create an object of WhatsApp notification, WhatsApp notifier. All right. So WhatsApp notifier. I will add one more line over here. Pretty simple, right? I mean, I'm not making any change inside the notification service. Notification service remain as it is. We are not changing a single line. Correct? So let me run this class. Let's see what happens. You can see sending WhatsApp notification hello via WhatsApp. All right. So that is how we can, implement or maintain or do not break this open close principle. So over here, we are literally, we are literally implementing this open close principle. Over here, we are open for extension. Open for extension meaning now let's say I need to send the Twitter notification or Slack notification. What will I do? I will just create one more class. I will implement the interface. I will implement this method. That is it. And now if I need to use this Slack or Twitter, I will create one more object. I will pass that object to notification service. I will pass my message and I am done. All right. So this is indeed our software is open for extension and closed for modification. So guys, that's how you can, implement this open close principle. You can see add new notification by create new classes, extend the system without modifying existing code. That's what we are doing. Notification service never changes. Close for modification and open for extension. So this implementation is the true example of open close principle. So yeah, I think that is it. And I hope you have learned something new today. So if you find my video useful, please like, share, subscribe, comment. See you in the next video. Till then, goodbye.